Will Princess Leonor's engagement shock the entire world? What if the next announcement from the Spanish royal family isn't about a ceremony, a military milestone, or a royal appearance? What if it's three words that could instantly dominate headlines around the world: Princess Leonor is engaged? For years, the question of who might one day stand beside Spain's future queen has fascinated royal watchers. But here's where things get intriguing. What if the person she chooses isn't the person anyone expects? And if that announcement comes sooner than the world anticipates, could it completely change the image of Spain's future queen? Stay with me, because the biggest surprise may not be the engagement itself but who could be standing at the center of it. Princess Leonor isn't simply another member of a royal family. She is the heir to the Spanish throne. That means her personal decisions can attract extraordinary attention, and eventually, a future marriage could become one of the most watched royal events on the planet. But there's an important distinction. As of now, there is no confirmed engagement announcement. So everything surrounding her future relationship remains speculation, and that's exactly what makes the question so fascinating. Because when you're talking about a future queen, people don't just wonder, who does she love? They also wonder, who could fit into the extraordinary world waiting for her? Imagine the moment. A palace announcement appears. Newsrooms interrupt regular programming. Social media explodes. Royal watchers begin analyzing every photograph, every previous appearance, every detail. And suddenly, the mystery becomes reality. But would the public expect a traditional royal match? Or could Leonor surprise everyone with someone completely outside the old European royal circle? That's where the speculation becomes especially interesting. Modern European royalty operates very differently from centuries ago. A future royal spouse doesn't necessarily need a crown of their own. Instead, personality, discretion, education, public responsibility, and the ability to handle relentless attention could become far more important. Because standing beside a future queen isn't an ordinary role. Every handshake could become a headline, every photograph could be analyzed, and every public appearance could be interpreted as a message. Think about what a Leonor engagement would actually represent. It wouldn't simply be a love story. It would be a major moment in the story of Spain's monarchy. Leonor represents a new generation. Her public image has been shaped by education, military training, official duties, and increasing visibility. So a future engagement could become another defining chapter in that transformation. And here's the question that could keep royal watchers awake: would Leonor choose someone who fits the expectations surrounding the crown, or someone who changes those expectations entirely? Because if her choice breaks tradition, the reaction could be enormous. Not necessarily because the match would be controversial, but because it could reveal something about the kind of queen Leonor intends to become. Part for the biggest twist, and there's another possibility. What if the world is looking in completely the wrong direction? Royal romances are often surrounded by rumors long before anything official happens. A photograph becomes a clue, a shared event becomes a theory, a name begins trending, and suddenly, millions of people believe they know what's coming. But until the Spanish royal household confirms anything, none of those theories should be treated as fact. That uncertainty is precisely what makes the future so compelling. Because when the real announcement eventually arrives, the surprise may not simply be who Leonor chose. It may be how different the future looks afterward. Ending 3:25 to 4 o'clock. So, will Princess Leonor's engagement shock the entire world? Maybe. But one thing is certain: when Spain's future queen eventually announces a major personal decision, the world will be watching. The engagement ring wouldn't just symbolize a relationship. It could symbolize the beginning of a completely new chapter for the woman who may one day become Queen of Spain. And until that day comes, one question remains hanging in the air: who will be the person brave enough to stand beside the future queen? Because when Leonor finally chooses, the entire world may have something to say about it.